Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. It is Saturday, November 4th, so you know what time it is. It's Wax Gaming Weekly Recap time, where we try and go through all the latest updates and news from the Wax blockchain from the past week or anything that's upcoming here in the very near future, so you're up to date with everything that's going on and don't have to dig through all the discords and all the other fun stuff that's going on throughout the Wax blockchain. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Before we really do, can you believe it's November already? This is crazy. I can't believe we got 2 months left in the year, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and do my video as far as how did my predictions from January end up this year. And I know there's been some that are wrong and some that are right. So that video will be coming out here in the very near future. But before we dive into the actual news from this past week, go ahead and like and subscribe. I hate to beg for this one, but it really does help the channel. The more subscribers, the more likes we have, the more people that are able to view it, and the more people that become familiar and interested in the overall Wax blockchain. So it really helps everybody. That's my sales pitch. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the news and all the updates. First of all, tomorrow kicks off Antopia, the current one, which is going to go from Saturday to Sunday. It's a little bit shorter than what you normally have. Normally they go Friday to Sunday, but this will go Saturday to Sunday, and they're going to go ahead and kick it off. It's free to join if you're not familiar with what it is. It's a virtual event where it has a number of different projects throughout the Wax blockchain, plus a few other blockchains, where you can go ahead and have conversations with them. They're going to have presentations. They usually do events just about every single hour throughout the whole convention. It's a new format this time. So if you got turned off a little bit by the old format, I encourage you to go ahead and check it out. It's a new software that they're using for this one. There may be some bugs, so be patient with them. But we'll go ahead and test it out. And obviously, if it goes well, they may be using this one in the future and extend it back to the full time frame of Friday through Sunday. So a lot of cool projects will be here. I do not have a booth this time, but I'm hoping to get in and check it out. I want to go ahead and do a walkthrough video, especially since it is a slightly different format. So I'll have that coming out hopefully tomorrow or today or whenever. So go ahead and check it out. And again, free to join. I'll have a link in the description down below. Next on the list, we have, as most of you may be aware, I know not everybody celebrates it, but Halloween was this past week, and there's some games that have been going through the process of doing a little bit of a holiday theme to the game. And one of the main ones, or one of the major ones, because it's a big effort to go ahead and put it in there, is Avalon. The game, if you're familiar with it, it is a 3D basically multiplayer fantasy style game, and they have an event going on right now with it where you can go in the game and you can earn different rewards through the I guess the Halloween store that they have available. Plus there's decorations all over the place, jack-o'-lanterns and stuff. It's a fun theme that they have going on there. You don't see a lot with a game of this magnitude on the Web 3.0 space. So I want to go ahead and give them some kudos for that. I'm going to go probably do a video for early next week, kind of walking around and showing some of the details of this. But next on the list, we have NFT Battle Miners, Shadow Depths, focusing on that. They did some updates this past week where they added the energy cells. You can go ahead and start crafting those. Those allow you to update some of the gear that you have out there, some of the actual pilot gear. We're talking about like backpacks, armor, weapons, things like that. Allows you to upgrade them to higher levels and really get better results with them. But you need the energy cells in order to do that blending and crafting. So that is now available in game. Plus they added a boss into the game where if you go ahead and battle this boss and you're able to beat this boss, you get a huge amount of XP and you get some other stuff that goes along with it. So that's neat that they've gone ahead and added that into the game. I will have a video probably coming out here tomorrow with my current update on how Shadow Depths is going. Also, what I'm thinking about doing is doing some beginner guides that are connected with it. I'm getting a lot of questions through DMs and other areas with just specific questions on different parts of the game. So go ahead in the comments down below. Let me know, would beginner guides make sense? Would you all be interested in seeing some of those? Happy to do that, similar to what I've done with other projects. Just going through a bunch of different questions that we have throughout the game. 3 to 5 minute videos, just give you kind of some background on that. So let me know if you're interested in something like that. Let's go ahead and jump to the next one is give you updates on FGL. They did kick off the Season 9 this past week. I did a video on it with all the differences and all the changes for the game itself. So that is going full steam ahead. It'll go for several weeks. Beginning of a season is always the best time to go ahead and jump into a project because it's the best chances of actually getting rewards for the end of the season. So if you're interested in all, go ahead and check it out. Also check out the video. That'll give you a lot more details as far as what's new this season and what the game looks like if you're not familiar with it. Also with FGL, the Cosmic Clash is just kicked off the third week of the Horde, Defeat the Horde, in between season type of event, where it is the Wax Apes is the sponsor for this one. Week 4 will go ahead and kick off here on November 8th, and I have a feeling this is going to be a very popular one because there's going to be rewards for taco combs, which I know is extremely popular. We'll talk about that a little bit more here in a second. But that is going to go ahead and kick off here on November 8th. So you can go ahead and jump into that one if you're at all interested in either taco or also just playing the Horde event that goes on. If you're not familiar with the Horde event, I did a video on it from, I think it was the last time they ran it. So it's very similar. It gives you a lot of details around how it's played and what you can really look at when you're jumping into the game. All right, next on the list, we got Parsec. Speaking of a new season and a new game that just came out, they did have 2 seasons prior to this, an alpha and a beta season that were very short, 30 days. Did not include everything as far as the game goes. It's more of a testing. For those of you that went ahead and played, you get some rewards for it, but it was more of a testing. Official Season 1 just kicked off a few days ago, technically on, I think it was November 2nd. It kicked off, and it goes 90 days. It's a little bit of more of a relaxed approach based compared to the alpha and the beta. And you have a chance to win a bunch of prizes. So and again, it's also a free to play option. So you can get NFTs that give you boosts throughout the game. But as far as just playing it in general, it's free to play. You can go ahead and check it out. It's out there. I'll have a link in the description down below. And like I said, Season 1 just officially kicked off a few days ago. Also, something that's kicking off here shortly is NFT Draft is kicking off their basketball, essentially expansion or their basketball version of the NFT Draft game. They still, as of the time of this recording, which is Friday morning, you're watching this on Saturday, they do still have some packs that are available for the basketball version of the game. You can go ahead and check that out. Again, make sure you make your own decisions, do your own research. This is not financial advice. I just want to let you know that it's available. I also heard a birdie mention on Twitter that the next version of the NFT Draft game, the next fantasy NFT Draft version, is going to be soccer. For most of you, it's football. So I know there's a lot of people excited about getting a soccer version of this. So that's coming up here at some point. No time frame on it. They just mentioned that that's the next thing they're going to be looking into. So excited to see what they do with that. Next on the list, we have Taco. A couple things from Taco. They have a blend out there, or crafting event going on right now where you can actually upgrade or downgrade your space combs and other items throughout the game. Based on it, kind of helps you adjust the way you play because you need your combs to relate with your space combs and all the different things within the game itself. So it allows you to adjust the different NFTs that you have out there. They also did a sale this past week, the Season 1 sale, and it sold out within seconds. It sold out super fast. So it's still a very, very popular project, Taco, which is no surprise to anyone. So if you're into the game, let me know down in the comments below. What are your thoughts of the game so far? I still have not had a chance to play it, but it's on my list, high on my list, to go ahead and check out as far as the next game I want to go ahead and test. Next on the list, Nova Pangia. Wanted to go ahead and throw this one out there because, again, Halloween was just this past week. One of the big characters in here is this guy right here, blanking on his name right now. But Mike from the Nova Pangia team went ahead and did his own costume. So he did a pretty good job with it. So let me know down in the comments below who, as Nova Pangia mentions in this tweet, who wore it better. So you let me know in the comments down below. But good on you, Mike, for going ahead and putting that costume together. I wouldn't even know where to start for that one. It came out pretty well, so good job with that. But as far as Nova Pangia goes, they do have an event that's going on as far as a treasury swap. It's coming soon. You can go ahead and check out all the details in their Discord. It gives you just really a chance to go ahead and swap some things around. And then this was just posted while I'm making this video. So they also had some issues with the unskilled workers it's going to go ahead and be resolved, or it is already resolved. They wanted to go ahead and announce that. But wanted to mention that for Nova Pangia. They also have PvP coming out here shortly. They've been doing some sneak peeks on Twitter. Looks really interesting. Looks like a turn-based style game, which is really exciting to me. It's not just staking and collecting and sending your skilled workers out there. PvP is going to be skill-based type of competition. So I'm excited to see how that turns out once it's available for testing. Next on the list, Wombat. This is more of a Polygon-related announcement, but since Wombat is so tied into the Wax blockchain, wanted to go ahead and mention it. They have a tree vault, I guess they're calling it, drop that's going to be coming out here shortly for the Polygon blockchain. Technically, as of the time of this recording, it's 3 days and 1 hour from now. Probably by the time you're watching, it's 2 days and whatever time. But it is going to be available on the Polygon blockchain. A lot of the details are out here. I'm not going to go through all that. Maybe I'll do a full separate video on it. I'm not sure yet. But wanted to go ahead and announcement since it is a very focused Wax project that is expanding out to other blockchains. Then next on the list, we have Aphelium. A couple announcements here. They have an event going on for Halloween that's going to go ahead and end here on Sunday. So if you're at all in the game, go ahead and check that out. I also know they have a tournament that's coming up here in sometime in November. So keep an eye on the Discord. I don't have the details for it yet. I've asked around, but I have not been able to get those details yet. But they do have a tournament coming out here shortly. Once I have the details on those, I'll go ahead and make sure that it is included on the announcements with some of the details around that. Doing the normal Realm review or update as far as Season 9 goes for Realm. They have the big event, the last global event going on right now. It's already kicked off, ends on Sunday. And all know how I feel about the global events within Realm. It's the best part of the game in my personal opinion. But that's going to end here on Sunday. And then the season wraps up here in, I guess, on the 13th. So we're finally getting close to the end of Season 9. Let me know down in the comments below, are you still playing Realm? What are your thoughts on this season? Do you still feel like it's too long? I personally feel like the seasons are a little too long, but what are your thoughts? I want to get community's feedback on that. And are you still playing and how you're doing in the season for Realm? So go ahead and comment that down below. And then we got Waxel World. They had the PFP drop this past week. They have an event going on right now. Essentially, whoever gets all of the different pets within the game, including my personal favorite, this guy right here, first person to get all of the different ones, and they reach out, you'll be able to win a wax prize of 666 wax. So go ahead and check that out if you are collecting the Waxel World PFPs. And then we have Cosmos 11 did a sneaky kind of, what's the right word for it? The non-descriptive announcement of something exciting that's happening. I wanted to go ahead and mention this. Haven't really talked about Cosmos 11 in a while now, but I know there's a lot of soccer fans that enjoyed this game. So there's something coming. Don't know what it is, but there's something coming from Cosmos 11. So go ahead and keep an eye on that one. Then wanted to go ahead and mention it again, Blockchain Brawlers is officially on Prime Gaming. This is a big step again for Wax Blockchain. More avenues for people to access the game to bring in more audience within the blockchain. So it just gives the blockchain name out there more and more. And I think more games are going to take advantage of the Prime Gaming community now that we've kind of, Blockchain Brawlers has kind of laid a path. Before you even ask in the comments, no updates on Music Mogul. Still have not heard anything around that as far as time frame for that. So don't ask. I don't have any updates. I promise when I get some updates, I'll go ahead and pass them on to you. And then we got Colonized Mars. Just a quick update on this. They have a new storefront or some updates to the storefront that's out there. And then Pixagon, it actually moved. They actually have a leaderboard now. So for those of you that are competitive, you can go ahead and compete against the other players as far as the leaderboard goes, and they have some rewards that go along with it. Also, it looks like there is the update going on today, the time of the recording, again, Friday, so it will already have happened by the time you are watching this video. And then last but not least, just wanted to go ahead and mention this because I mentioned it last time. I was curious to see if this would sell out. It did sell out as far as Funko goes, their Funko Ween. They had a very reduced amount of packs, which I think is the right way to go because they've had a lot of sales recently that have not sold out. And I say a lot, is probably the few, I should say. But I'm happy to see that this one sold out. It was a very interesting one. Like I said, the physical redemption ones were all glow in the dark, which is neat to see how it actually feels like an exclusive style type of pop out there. But it did sell out, so I'm curious to see what the next series is going to be and if it also sells out. So those are the updates for this week, November 4th. Let me know down in the comments below, did I miss any? I am starting to look into some additional games to go ahead and add to both videos and also to do some additional gameplay reviews. Got a few suggestions recently in the Discord. Let me know down in the comments below, is there anything that I should take a look at as far as that's just came out or coming out before the end of the year? Love to take a look at those. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.